be on your screens, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share some stories of I think I'm going to title this Travel Inconveniences. I was thinking about sharing different stories or different experiences I've had abroad that are not so nice, that can go left, but it's just a reminder, Guti, sometimes when you're traveling, something can go left, but it doesn't mean you're having a bad day, a bad month, a bad life. It just means you need to shift your focus and get things sorted. And this is very important coming from someone like me who is very anxious and and then outside, what was that? namangas I can panic, but I've had to overcome so much in living abroad and traveling a lot that these things happen. Things will still go however they want to go, but I've learned a few things on almost what to anticipate. And I don't know, I guess sharing these is just so that when you encounter these things, you don't panic and you don't feel like, oh, ipatlami, today my guides want to show me how left things can go. No, I want you to feel like, you know what, I've seen or I've heard about this, and at the end of the day, this person is able to sort it out, so Nami, I can sort it out. All right, cool. Let's do time check. It is 12:22. We'll try to finish at about 12:30 something. Okay, cool. So the first story is, it was hard picking how I'm gonna break down these stories because I've got so many, but okay. I'm going to try to keep these stories based on inconveniences I've experienced, let's say with airports or flying inconveniences. Yeah, let's put it like that. Okay, so first one, the story. I didn't deserve this. No one deserves an inconvenience, okay? Ni it's the other way, but let's start the story. I think I need to close the door. Give me one moment. I come back. So let's start with what I was saying, starting with the first story, right? So this story happens, I will not be sharing the airlines or the airport names or all of this because it's not about the service or the airline. It's about how I handled the situation, even if I handled poorly, but I handled it, or how things turned around in the end. All right, cool. So first story, I've just landed in this country. I came with 2 suitcases, and now I am coming out of the airport, coming out of the flight, going to luggage claim, right? And it was called baggage claim, one of the two, but started to see one. Get there, like, I feel like when something's wrong, you can sort of sense it, right? Sorry about that. I was saying, so when something's wrong, you can sort of like, you can sort of sense it. And it felt like I was seeing that everybody in the airport, it felt like everybody was looking at us and looking at us like something was wrong. And I was just, at first I thought, no, when I'm seeing things, I'm in a foreign country, of course people are gonna stare at me, right? Cool. I was standing, so I'm not alone, by the way. Standing, everyone around me is getting their bag. Cliff. And luckily, more like, sort of to make me feel kind of relaxed, my first suitcase appears. I'm like, no man, clearly everything's fine. Later, I grab my first bag. I see people get these second bags. Surely, everything's all right. Until the bags, you start seeing a gap after every other suitcase. Slowly but surely, you're seeing the same suitcase. That's a repeat. You're seeing the same suitcases, and all these same suitcases, they are not mine. None of them are mine. Then it gets a point where that last, I think for the last suitcase, I don't know if they'd already like flagged us down, like, hey, like come to the main office. Baziakala there. Baziakala, when they say you must come. So you guys know something. You know something, And I was like, I just knew that they were watching us. I just knew they were watching us. Fine, we go to like the little office or little counter, and they say, hey, a bag has been left in South Africa. Not in transit, not as in a bag did. My bag did not even make it on the flight, right? Obviously, panic galore, first of all, because what does that even mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? It means your bag is left, Spabat. It means you are here, you've landed in another country. How now they again? Well, you have one out of two, right? And because these bags I plastic wrap them at the airport, I don't know what's in what bag. I don't know which bag has my toiletries. I don't know which bag has like shoes and clothes. I don't know what is what, but what I know is I don't have all my bags. Okay, so then the airline people say, no, you will receive your bag in the next 24 hours. We will have it dropped. Oh, they asked where am I staying. Luckily, we had booked a hotel nearby the airport, gave them the hotel name, and they were like, okay, they will have the bag delivered to the airport, to the hotel, right? A lot of things are happening. I like, and there's no time to panic, because it's not gonna, me panicking is not gonna put my bags on a plane. But the reality is, what if my bag doesn't get on the plane? What am I gonna do with the items that I could have possibly lost? A lot of what ifs. But because I'm not alone, I'm with people, we're able to sort of like distract me for the night. I think we went out for dinner, and then when I went to the hotel and I finally unwrapped my bags, I found that by pure luck, the suitcase that I have is a suitcase that has my toiletries, it has my shoes, and like my prized possessions were in that suitcase, and a bit of some, I think even had my sleepwear and some clothes, so I could survive into the next day. Should see the bag that was left behind, the bag with just clothes, right? Cool. I sleep, we wake up the next day, because they said 24 hours. It's not like me going there at the airport at 8 a.m. That's gonna help. Fine, we distract. And now a part of me feels like we all feel the pressure that, like, this impending, is it impending doom? But like there's a essence, like you can feel the essence. There's an energy, man, between us. We're not speaking about it, but deep down we're just all crossing our toes and our hair and our, hey, whatever you can cross, that my bag comes. Time goes by, time nears. I think, let's say, for the sake of, because I can't remember, let's say they say 6 p.m. So let's say I landed day before 6 p.m. 24 hours would be most the following 6 p.m. in the evening. Cool. Exactly 6 p.m. in the evening, we get to the airport. We go back. Yes, they said they'll send it to the hotel. I don't know this. I'm new to this. I'm going to the airport. We get to the airport, and honestly, they kept their word. We get there and they look at us like, what? Like, does something happen to your bags that we've just sent to the hotel? And we're like, oh, we didn't know. They even still were like, they said, like to us, we said we're gonna send your bags. In the back of my head, what makes you think I'm gonna trust you? Like, just because you said you're gonna send it, okay, and fine. Now we're rushing to the hotel. Honest, like they kept their word. I don't know if they already sent the bag to my room, but we get to a hotel, my suitcase is there, all is well. I lived to enjoy the rest of my time, right? But in that situation, anything could have gone wrong. And the advice, well, when I say from that, what can you take from that? Bruh, just pray. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. But let's say before Penny's Kakakulu, maybe they will send your bags. I've heard people get like, they've been paid the money for the items lost. 50-50 nalapo. There are many stories there by baggage. But on my side, the airline was able to fly my bag, or put my bag in a flight, and I got my bag in good condition. And story number 2, opposite, right? Almost opposite. I am traveling back home. I get to I get to South Africa, and no. On my way back home, a lot of my, if not a lot, both of my flights were delayed. And I'm not thinking at all, I'm once again, I mean, it's my first time in the situation. I don't know that these things happen, right? I didn't know that my bags were not like in every flight that I was in. I should have, because just like I said, the experience before, my bags weren't even on the flight, right? Mara Pepper when I'm born. Oh, okay, that's over. Sorry. I come back. I'm gonna cut that out. Don't ask me what Pepper was doing. Let's continue. All right, so I am back in my home country. Like I was saying, I didn't know, or I chose not to remember that anything can happen to your bags basically at this point when you're flying. So I had a good, let's say good 4-hour delay in total from both flights, from leaving and my transit flights, right? So I get home. I'm not thinking this affected anything. I'm at baggage claim. People are getting their bags, right? So all is well was. This time I have one bag. People are getting their bags. I know when I start seeing bags repeat, and that's the carousel, that thing that carries the bags. When you start seeing a bag go in and out, or few bags go in and out, and every time they come out, your bag is not there. At that point, I didn't even know. I did wait till the very end. I waited until I saw an airport person works at the airport come and like call me. They didn't even call me. They were like, the bags are done. What do you mean the bags are done? The bags are done what? They're done dancing? They're done. Oh, they're done eating. They're done what? See, there's no more bags that are gonna come out. All the bags are off the plane or wherever. We are born a flashback. You see your life. You see your decisions just. One thing even though I find it a bit inconvenient, but I'm glad that we do, is that all your electrical or things with battery, you carry them. So your phones, your laptops, your cameras, and they're always on you, your wallet. So you are thinking much. But for somebody who travels with these things, if they were to be in my suitcases, Impilo wouldn't be so nice for me. Life wouldn't be this great for me, because my heart would have not coped. Alright, so they tell me, not only are they telling me this flight was like late. I think it was like a 10 p.m. flight when we arrived. So they tell me my bag, there's no more bags coming, and then the lady says, go to the little office where the airline is, and go check for your bags. Please tell me why I'm walking there. As I'm walking to go check for my bags, the people working at those, what do you call them? Not tills, those counters, they are packing up. They packing up. I'm hearing keys. I'm seeing bags. I'm seeing movement. I'm seeing people about to leave me in distress. Mkhale or Mkhale? No, you tell me. Kill or Mkhale? Oh, I must cry. Oh, I must hail. What's the cry in Afrikaans? You know, hail in all languages. Because that's all I was thinking of doing. But I ran up to the counter and I quickly explained that my bag, I can't find my bag. And girl would say, she explained it nicely though. She's like, those bags that arrived earlier, just have a look, maybe your bag is here. Maybe your bag is here. Akuma suitcase on the floor. Yonke suitcase on the floor. Like, there's so many bags. Luckily for me, guys, I feel like there's something in my eye. I feel like there's cat hair in my eye. Luckily, in the times I've been living abroad, there's a lot of things that you buy online and they come with like stickers. Like, you get stickers for anything in Asia. I don't know why. But it got into a point where I didn't know what to do with these stickers, and I've seen other people at the airport have their suitcases decorated with stickers, and you're thinking, why would you do that? It was at this moment I am glad I do that. I did that. I do that. Me but do that sometimes, guys. It will save you. So I saw that people like put stickers on their suitcases, and I started putting stickers on my suitcase for Beyonce. On that day at the airport, when they said, amongst the sea of suitcases, there's yours. Whose suitcase had stickers? I remember they were like red stickers, and even though I wrapped it in a plastic, people put suitcases like along the sides of their suitcase, like up by the handle, and underneath by the wheels. So even though it's wrapped in plastic, you can always see like those stickers in those, if you have them in those specific spots. It's Supreme. I have this big red Supreme sticker. I can see it from all the bags because it was sitting right there. That was the quickest bag check I've ever done. I looked left, I saw my sticker. I said, this one is mine. No? Picked up my bag, and that was that. Oh, guys, I don't think I'm going to end with the moral of the story. You're gonna listen to all the stories, like I said, right? And you're gonna know what to do next time. You'll figure it out. You're smart. You've got this. I'm just telling you what happened so that you know what to do, the information at your own time. Oh, guys, you almost had a part 2. As you can see, few things have changed. Let me just tell you, you almost had a part 2. My video didn't want me to just have a banger of a day. You almost had a part 2. But anyway, I had to cut my hair because, hey, a lot happened in the last few seconds. But it's okay. It's just technical issues. Remove. Oh, what actually happened? Not only did things go left, my video stopped recording. Video stopped recording. Battery was 16%. Had to change phones. And I'm sure that one was a 50-minute video. So this one probably has to be shorter. Let's go. Let's focus. Okay, so we just finished a part where I spotted my bag. I found my bag, and that made things okay. Story done. We move on, and we've got 3 more stories. These 2 are quite important because it almost feels like no matter if you Google them, you can't always be 100% sure. And this is visa on arrival stories. So wait, I don't know why I keep fighting with this. Anyway, visa on arrival is applicable for certain countries, certain passport holders, and some countries you could Google and it'll tell you that you need a visa when you arrive. Some you will find out at the airport. And I've gone through so many trials and errors. By the way, sometimes by so many I mean 3 or 4 times, but one is too many. Right, so I'm going to tell you about 2 different times this happened. The first time, this country, how did it happen? I did my e-visa. Oh, I think there was a visa and there was a QR code for something else that I had to have, right? So I'm thinking, I'm good, I'm at this country, I've got my e-visa, nothing more. I get out, I get to, what's that line there by border control, whatever it's called. And the lady's like, QR code, yeah. Excuse me. QR code, yeah, me. And she was so sweet. She was like, Skapenika, I think there's a paper. What's it? Nai paper, Onoma. Here's the link. Scan, quickly fill this in, and then come back in the line. Cool, smooth, simple, done. Was this on the internet? No. Sometimes, even in a flight, they will tell you before you land. They'll be like, money holders, or do you have this and this? Or are you flying from this country to this country? Hey, you just don't know. You just never know. And you find out before, or you find out when you arrive that they need this and this. Cool. So that was sorted, right? And then I went in. Google couldn't prepare me. The flight attendants couldn't prepare me. The people at the other airport did not prepare me. I just found out. second one, I didn't check time of when this started. I'm gonna assume I started this video 5 minutes ago. Second time, the opposite. I land, and as soon as we go towards the border control, we'll go border control. So, guys, sometimes I'm very finicky about names and getting things correct so that I share accurate information, but sometimes I never know how much research or how much I'm going to need to know before I speak in front of you guys. So as time goes, I will do my research more if I continue with these stories. Cool. I get to the line, and even before I get to the line, I see Norman. There are a bunch of people on the sides. Puppies, they filling out stuff. I say, okay. And while they're filling out stuff, I decide to go forward. I'm not alone this time. We go forward, and lo and behold, we get there. They're like, where's your, I think it was like a code, and I think it was a QR code as well. Like, where's your QR code? And we're like, what QR code? They're like, get off the line. And I think they pointed us to something, but it felt like they didn't, it felt like we were still confused, right? So we get off the line, we follow, I'm going to assume there's a link, and the thing doesn't work. Or it's incomplete, but there was a struggle. I get, boo, that sucks, doesn't help. But one thing about those situations, you have to figure them out. You've booked, you're ready to be on a yacht somewhere. But before you get there, you need to overcome this mission, this issue. Fine, we go stand aside. So my partner and I, we try and, after we failed trying to solve this thing alone, luckily there's a big help desk. Like, not luckily for me, there's a big help desk where people at the airports are helping people sort out this issue. We go there. For some reason, they help my partner. And as for me, they look above me, beneath me, to the left, to the right. I become a ghost. I become translucent, transparent. Nobody gives me any attention. Nobody says anything to me. Ngati, I'm not there. I've never felt the kind of pain that I felt in that moment. As a confusion. Like, you've got nothing to hold on to. Like, no, maybe it's my appearance, maybe it's locks, maybe it's my tone, maybe I can't find a similarity with the people I'm standing amongst that made me feel like I deserve that treatment. Nothing. To the point that there was another airport person helping to the side, and he was helping, I think he was helping either an old man or an old lady. And I stood a little line next to the person. As soon as they were finished helping that person, they walked right past me. They didn't even look. I saw this person. In those situations, guys, I don't know what was what with what in that situation. Eventually, my partner had to be like, hello, hi, please assist, like samba gunye, like we together. Can somebody? And even then, they just were like, oh, I think we're using our phones for sure. Took my phone, they assisted, clip clips. They helped. I got my code, and it was something very important. I remember, I don't know if it was the email afterwards or the confirmation, but it had to be something where I think you register with the police around there, letting them know that, okay, Banbani or Banbana in the country. There's a police alert to the police of that country that certain tourists are here, right? And I don't say certain as if I'm just saying that's what the alert said. Could say tourists are here, and it seemed very, very important. It felt like something that maybe, as a thought, that airlines coming to that country should have known. Or once again, it could have been something that happens overnight, because there are, I think it's Bali. If it's not Bali, some Southeast Asian countries, or some countries in general, after a year of having tourists, manhamba, you get a new restriction the next year for people, because basically I assume they watch your behavior, they decide what's and and they change up restrictions, and they have every right to. But that just means that not everyone gets that update, I guess. Anyway, I'm just going in circles just to let you know that these things do happen, but most likely at the airports they will tell you what to do if you are the lucky one. If not, you must figure it out. But to figure it out, you have no choice. You have no choice. Worst of all, on that day, I had a connecting flight. Do you think those people are going to tell my connecting flight to wait for me? A connecting flight, my baby, in Akshia. Oh, Zeshiana. Oh, a flight that needs to bounce when it's on time, it will bounce on time. It will bounce. Okay, I need to focus. So those are the two different stories, and the last story is an experience that happened when I was traveling alone. I know the other story where the baggage arrived. Where I had to go fetch the baggage and stuff by the people. I was by myself, right? This is another story that happened by myself. Hey, this was also a game changer. Is it a game changer? I think because I arrived alone. Anyway, so I was traveling to another country. I'd never been to this airport in my life. I decided to try a new airline. Also because I had 48 hours to travel. So I got booked the most convenient time because my mom had to take me to the airport. So that means I had to wait for her to knock off. Right, so it was an evening flight. It's a flight I've never taken. Sharp. Gets to this airport. I'm transiting. Focus. Get to this airport. I have to have a connecting flight. And because of a connecting flight, I opted for like having like I chose like flights that had like a 2.5 hours or more layover, né? Because I know I'm traveling alone. Okay? Sharp. I get there and I think I booked via trip.com because Trip like alerts you like when you connect like airport Wi-Fi, it'll tell you like your gate, it'll tell you what else, like important information. But I know to always triple, double, multiply, as much as you can. Like verify, confirm when you get to the airport. And how I did this was as I got through my baggage where they check you, I went straight to the board. Let's say my notification says flight 998 is boarding at gate B34. I check the screen, I check my flights, I check if the gates are still matching. Mind you, do you know how many flights? If you don't know, I'm telling you. This board has flights, it keeps updating flights, right? So you only have sometimes you have a good few seconds to find your flights, cram, before the screen changes and other flights come out. So I always have my camera ready. I have my camera ready zoomed when I'm checking that board, and then take a picture of it, check my notification, check the picture I've taken. Cool. It says all is well, all is fine and dandy, same gate. Nice. We're cruising, right? One hurdle down. Next hurdle, finding the gates. You see these airports that look like a city. You see these airports that have aesthetics. You see these airports that have a downstairs and upstairs, a subway, a deep way, a tram, a ram, oh, and it's your first time there. There's no anxiety. I will never forget when we had a 1 hour layover at the Dubai airport. Oh, my brother and I got separated by bag check, and I don't know how Usim Tembile decided. Okay, I get it. Like wherever he came out, those two completely different checks. He went through his baggage check. When he came out, I was not there. I went through my baggage check. When I came to like my floor, Sim was nowhere to be seen. Then from there, it was every man for themselves. I think we had by the time we connected Wi-Fi, he was like, he's by the gates. Nah. Oh, that was a story on its own. But I made it to that gate. Cool. This one, I get there. Guys, I need to understand, because sometimes an airport will have a gate 309. Why do you have 309 gates? Why, where I'm standing, I see gate 49? Why does gate 49 not tell me what's your last number? Why, when I go down, get a left, find that it's what the pressure is decreasing. The numbers are decreasing. Next thing you know, you're at gate 44. Whoops, wrong side. You're gonna go back. You go up to your right. You get to your right. You see gate 80 plus. You take that route, down that route, gates. You see gate 89. After gate 89, there's gate 100 down there, like a dead end. When you realize that's a dead end, you see another arrow. Another arrow says if you go up like this, if you go like this, these gates number 100 plus. But if you go there, you'll find that 100 plus only ends at 150. When are you going to find gate 310? Do you know when you're going to find it? You're going to catch the train, my babes. Do you know where to catch the train? All of this is happening. You've got less than 1 hour layover. Hey. Airports. So what happens to me? I 100% think I was at gate 45. I walked, and I remember I saw like different ways. There's a left, there's a right, there was an up, there's a down. There's a diagonal. There's a subway. Is it still called a subway? Like the trains that run in the airports up, like the train tracks are above you. I think, is that called a tram, or the tram the one that runs in between the cities? I don't know. I'm just gonna call it a subway for the fact it's a train. Let's just call it a train. So the train in the airport where I'm standing there, I can see that there's tracks. I can see there's a train moving that way. Now you're taking people to the gates. I tell myself, breathe in, breathe out. I go up to the security, luckily for me, and I say, I'm looking for gates, Bandani, where is it? And they're like, no, just catch the train. So you're right now. And then you're gonna turn left, right, and then it's gonna go right, and then that's where your gate is. Cool. Fine, very simple instructions. I get on, it was simple. I get on the train takes me where it needs to go. I go down, I go left, I go here. I get to my spot, I sit. But as I'm sitting, something inside me says, you're not at the right place. And because some of us, we listen to our guts, we listen to the voices. I stand up immediately. I go to the security that's next to baggage check. I say, hey, am I at the right gate? Hi. Umnumzani says yes, Amy, am I at the right gate? When you haven't checked the ticket, you didn't even look down to see the ticket number. You didn't even see the gate number. You didn't even see the flight, and you're saying yes. And we want to yes, you're gonna eat suga ngati ungaba out of my sight. Hi, in this whole deal, let's say this is an hour now, right? I have 1 more hour left until boarding time. 30 minutes into this waiting, and I'm sitting in, okay, I'm very specific. Umnumzani is standing by the baggage claim. The first 5 seats close to where people are boarding, I'm sitting there. I wanna see him. I want to be in eye shot. I also want to be in eye shot of people checking in, so that I assume that we're on the same flight and I can go at the same time. I'm like, go. Hi. 30 minutes in, this is 1 hour, 30 minutes, I stand up, I go again, I wanna go check. I go up to him, I say, this is the one, right? Like I can go. Oh. As ngabona baba sekhaya aseyithoba. Ngabona sekuvela uKendrick, sekushabo. Humble. Kanjani sithi ingoma humble? Sit down. Be humble. Yeah. You know when someone holds on to your ticket 1 second too long, you must know it's going down. Baba holds my ticket. He turns. He calls the other staff member. Oh, I know this movie. I've never been in this movie, but I already know. I can see that this is not looking good. This is not looking good. They stand next to each other. They look at me. They go, this is the wrong gate. Your flight is at gate Banba. It is no longer here. It has moved. Ibhano yakho wena yakho nje ngoba kuzokugibela sibabathu baqubulile bathatha bayolibeka le because ukugibela mina. So what must I do with that information? He's like, I'm going to call the gate and let them know, and this guy will escort you to like I think he walked me all the way back to the train, but just to make sure I don't get lost and I get to the other side in time. Other side, oh, the train, I must still get a train, and I must go to a side, and to make sure I didn't get lost. I think he walked me to the train, and then he told me exactly where to stop and get off. Sharp. Smooth. We get there, I get off. I get to the gate. Abalidanga mina. The lady, as I get off, they're like, "Are you the one that was at the other gate?" Yeah, we're just waiting for you. Do you know the pain? I had so many emotions because this banner could have left, number one. And I did everything right. Like, I'm so frustrated. Like, you know, when you feel like you've done everything right, but still, these things happen, my friends. But you have no choice because it's not like Bengzolala Kule Airport. It's not like I was going to now stay in that country. That was not my destination. Luckily, I listened, I persisted, and I got on my flight. To get on my flight, I got on the correct flight. And I'm so glad that's the end of that story. Hopefully this one was still recording, and I hope you guys enjoyed. The next, I had one extra story time. I once shared it on TikTok, but I blend them. I like the ones that go 2 by 2, one for sorry. So one for sorry, I will leave it. Maybe another time I'll tell you about a different mode of transport and experiences I've had, especially there by the train. There by the train, the actual train and the subway. I'll tell you a story of those. I'll even tell you the first time I took a how train. No, I just a baby. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any stories, you can find me there on Instagram and tell me your worst flight experience. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I realize there's still more. But then there's like one more of the day that the flights were determined to leave me. One of the day I missed that flight. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.